Mr. Rawson. This is Samantha Rawson from Port Arlington Outdoor Fitness. How are you? That's great. Now, you made an inquiry about booking in to see a personal trainer. So we'd love for you to come along and do a pre-exercise questionnaire. It'll take about 20 minutes of your time, and it'll just make sure that we can focus and really help you achieve your goals. What day suits you? Friday? Okay, well, we have 3 appointments available. We've got 10, 10:30 and 2 o'clock. Which one suits? 10:30? That sounds great. We'll see you then. Bye.
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Rawson. I'm
Hello.
Samantha Rawson. How are you?
Good.
Come sit down. So we've just got a few basic pre-exercise questionnaire questions just to help us know what medical conditions you might have that might make certain exercises more difficult, and to really help us focus on what your goals are so that you can get the best results for you. So just got some basic questions. Has your doctor ever told you that you have a heart condition, or have you had a stroke?
I've not had a stroke, but I do have heart condition.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with sharing any more information about that, or?
Yes. It's no problem. I've had a valve replacement,
Mhm.
and I'm on medications for to lower cholesterol, lower blood pressure, and because of the valve replacement, to keep the blood thin.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just because you have had that, we'll need to get some information from your doctor just to say that you are right to exercise. So you can just approach him, or if you're happy, we can approach him and just get a letter stating that you are good to exercise, because obviously with some of those medications and that condition, certain types of exercise can be detrimental.
Yep.
But yeah, that's really quick and easy. But we'll go through any of the other ones just to make sure that that's the only detail that we need to get covered. Have you ever experienced unexplained pains in your chest at rest or during physical activity?
I get occasional pains, but again, I'll discuss these with the doctor, and that they're not really of any concern.
Okay, so they're not, yeah. Do you ever feel faint or have spells of dizziness during physical activity or exercise?
No.
Have you had an asthma attack requiring immediate medical attention anytime in the last 12 months?
No.
If you have diabetes, type 1 or type 2, have you had any trouble controlling?
I've not got diabetes.
Great. Do you have any diagnosed muscle, bone or joint problems that could be made worse by physical activity?
Yes, I've got a shoulder rotor cuff, so that can make some lifting exercises difficult.
Yeah. Are you seeing anyone specifically for that? Or?
I've been doing some physio.
Yeah. Cool. Well, same kind of deal. We're happy for you to approach your physio, or for us to approach your physio, whichever is easiest for you, and just clarify what things are going to work best for you and what things aren't going to work for you.
Right. That's fine.
So would you prefer for us to approach, or you to approach, or?
I visit them regularly, about once a week at the moment, so I can talk to them and get a note from them.
Great, that's perfect. Do you have any other medical conditions that might make exercise difficult, or affect your ability to participate?
Not that I know of, no.
Yeah, and it seems like you're pretty with it with the doctors, so that's always good, because it means that you really know a bit more about what's going on. So your occupation, you're retired, aren't you?
I am.
I've got the rest of your contact details here. What would you say would be your number one health and fitness goal?
Lose a little weight. I'm not a young man anymore, but I do like to enjoy myself, so exercise is sort of, I see as part of that enjoyment of getting a life balance.
Yep.
So.
Do you have any specific kind of like timeline that you'd like to achieve this by?
Not really. I'm not. It's not something I want to rush. It's something I want to do uh, steadily, so that one, it's not overly a chore, but two, it becomes almost part of my lifestyle routine.
Yeah, and that you just do it every day or every week or you know on the regular, and it's just a maintenance kind of thing. Yeah.
So that I know what I'm doing, and can know if I'm not doing it.
Yeah. Do you have any other important goals?
Not really, as I say. It's to get lose a little bit of weight and get some overall better fitness, so that I can enjoy life more and enjoy the garden and gardening.
Yeah, just feeling good and
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think you need to do to be successful at that?
Probably get up off the couch and do it a bit more.
It's always the problem, isn't it? The couch can be very comfortable. Yeah, look, is there any kind of like amount of times that you would like to be, you know, doing some more exercise?
I don't see myself doing it every day.
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps once or twice a week. And in fact, I mean, I'd take your advice as to whether it needs to be done 3 or 4 times a week or whatever. But I need it to be so that in some ways it's simple and it fits in.
Yeah.
And that there's, it's set and routine. Then, I generally do commit to routines.
Yep. Well, especially initially, 2 exercise sessions a week would probably be really good, and it gives you lots of time to recover. And then as time goes on, you can look at changing that, either increasing or decreasing depending on what your, changing lifestyle needs are.
Yep.
Are you currently doing any kind of exercise?
I play golf once a week, sometimes twice a week.
And how long does that go for?
Well, that'll go for a couple of hours. We usually play 9 or 11 holes.
And would you say that what kind of like level of activity would you say that's easy, moderate, vigorous?
It's certainly not vigorous. I mean, it's a good walk with some exercises, including just swinging a golf club. Is an exercise.
Mm-hmm.
So
probably alternating between easy and moderate depending on exactly what you're doing.
Probably heading towards moderate.
Yeah.
And I also, as I've mentioned, I enjoy my garden and doing gardening. Yep. So, there's
and how
usually.
Often do you do that?
I like, depending on the weather, I like to get out most days. And do an hour, maybe 2 hours of just, it's pottering, but nonetheless you'll be lifting things from here to there, digging a hole, pulling something up, so.
Yeah. Now I'm making a bit of a presumption here, but I'm assuming you haven't been pregnant in the recent times.
Not ever, let alone recent.
So we'll get a list of your medications from your doctor. But do you take any supplements like, say, collagen or anything else like for your shoulder or no?
No. I'll take Panadol Osteos for relief of the shoulder a little bit.
Yep. Yep. So I'm just going to check your resting heart rate, and do you know your blood pressure or any details like that, or should we find those out from your doctor?
You can find them out from the doctor, would be more accurate, but the last few times I've visited, he's taken them and he's been happy with the results. I think 160/70 springs to mind, but as as I say, it's probably best to check with him exactly where it's at.
Yep, well, we'll get because he'll have obviously the most accurate
Yep.
measure, and especially as you do have some conditions, we'd like to get the most accurate
Yep.
information. So I'll just check your resting heart rate if you don't mind. Okay, great. Write that down. So yeah, you've got a resting heart rate of about, so it was 17 beats for the 15 seconds. So it's about 72, which is pretty good, especially considering that you are a retired gentleman. If you don't mind, can I check your girth and
Yep.
stuff? And it'll just give us some really good measurements to work towards and see, so you can really see where you're making improvements. So I'll just thread this around. Oops, sorry. Yep. Okay, and then we'll do the same. Oops, getting a bit twisted, sorry.
Come round a bit.
Yeah, sorry. Ugh. Sometimes I'm a bit clumsy. 113. Cool, thank you.
Anything else?
Yeah. Do you know your weight?
Yeah, it's about just under 80 kilograms.
80 kilograms. And how tall are you?
5'7.5". Sorry, English and I never quite converted to meters.
I'll double check, but I think that's about 170. So that would put your BMI at about 27, 28, which is overweight, but it's not hugely overweight, and it just means that, you know, like you said, you'd like to lose a little bit of weight, but it's not like a massive concern. Yeah. So how active is your job? And I know you're kind of retired, so it kind of would be more your day, what kind of things: sedentary, light activity, moderate activity, strenuous activity?
I'd say that it's light to moderate.
Yep. And about how much sleep do you get per night? 7 hours, 7 to 9, or 9 hours?
Certainly get more than 8 hours, so I'd go for the 7 to 9.
Yep. But like at the upper range of that.
Yes. Yeah.
In the past month, how often have you felt restricted by your health so that you weren't able to do some of the things that you would consider to be part of normal everyday life?
I recognise I'm getting a little bit older, and so that I put a lot of it down to that. But being retired, I don't find that there's anything.
There's not the same kind of urgency to do things in like a certain amount of time, so you can take a bit more time for things.
Yeah, and there's things I won't do but then I was never keen on doing anyway, like climbing ladders and things like that. So,
so yeah, probably not really. Maybe once or twice, but not dramatically. So, have you ever felt emotionally affected by your health though in the past month?
No.
Now, what kind of statement would you say most accurately describes your diet? Do you feel like it's healthy and it doesn't require any changing? Do you feel like there's a few changes that you could make that would improve your health? Or do you feel like it needs a number of changes and you're not so sure where to start?
again, as I said originally, I do enjoy
Mhm.
myself. I've got a bit of a sweet tooth, but it's not overly sweet. So I enjoy a social drink.
Mhm.
Now I know all of those things, or both of those things, uh, probably should be reduced, but at the same time, I don't feel either of them are excessive.
Mhm.
So this is, I want to do some exercise to put some balance on that, not to take them away.
Yep. So like, yeah, that you kind of like they are treats, and you could make those changes, but at the moment you're not really wanting to. You'd rather do make sure
Yeah.
you're getting the exercise in place
Yes.
at least first.
Yes.
And that may change in the future. So kind of, yeah. So about how many times you were saying once or twice a week
Sorry.
for sessions?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And about how long would you like to commit to per session?
Oh, probably an hour.
Yep. What time of day do you prefer to exercise?
I generally prefer earlier, in the morning.
Yep.
So it gets me up, gets me going, and
You don't find yourself putting it off
well,
later and later.
one is you've got no excuse that you're doing something else, and two, it's done, and almost you feel good about yourself, rather than going, oh dear, got to go to exercise, go to the gym.
You're like, yeah, I've done it. Like, yeah, it's
Yep.
a great start to the day.
Yep.
Any particular days that you'd really like to train on?
It's probably more the days I wouldn't like to train on. That's Friday through to Sunday.
Yep.
So the Monday to Thursdays, I'm generally available. Certainly first thing in the morning. So things like golf, I start at lunchtime. So I
Yep.
do both on.
Okay, so
occasions.
we'd probably say either Monday and Thursday or Tuesday and Thursday would probably be
Yep.
good days for you. Is Monday or Tuesday a preferable? Which one would you kind of prefer?
Tuesday.
Yep. So we'll do Tuesday and Thursday.
That sounds good.
What kind of fitness activities interest you? So I'm just going to list a few and just go, yep, nope. Which ones you like, which ones you don't like, and just so we can make sure that you look forward to your sessions. Do you like walking?
Yes.
Do you like stationary cycling?
Not especially.
Swimming?
No, swimming's difficult with the shoulder.
Weight machines?
Yeah, as long as I know what I'm doing.
Yep. Stretching?
Yeah, that's fine.
Running?
Not really running. That's more difficult. Probably because I haven't done much exercise in the past. I know at times if I do sort of hurriedly move along, then I'll get a bit out of breath.
Yep. What about the rowing machine?
It's not something that excites me.
Yep. Cross trainer?
Yeah, I don't mind some of the cross training.
So I'm talking more the elliptical kind of thing machine.
I don't mind.
Don't mind it?
Don't mind it.
Yep. Free weights?
Yeah, I like free weights.
Yep.
I have to be careful again
because of the shoulder, and
Yep.
absolutely with any of these we'd be taking that into consideration, especially with things at load, so like the weights and the free weights.
Yep.
But once we've talked to your physio, there'll be lots of things that we will be able to do that will strengthen the surrounding muscles and that would help. Do you like sports, and if so, any particular sports? I know you've mentioned golf.
No, I've never really been a sports person, so golf's about the limit, and other than that, I'm a couch sportsman.
What about group exercise classes?
Doesn't worry me to do it in a group, or it don't think I'm a show off, and I'm not ashamed of my body and or anybody else's for that matter.
Yep. So you don't mind either way, but it's not something that like super excites you or.
No, I'm probably impartial. Doesn't
Yep.
As I say, it doesn't matter to me if that's what you offer. Then that's fine.
I mean, because especially as you get further on, you may we'll have lots of group exercise classes that you can participate in.
Yep.
In addition to doing your personal training.
Yeah, I can see that as good because you got motivation of people of similar abilities, hopefully.
Yeah, and we've got a over 55 group, so that would be something that may interest you, especially down the track.
Yeah.
What kind of are there any other exercises or sports or things like activities that you would really like to be doing with us?
Not that I can immediately think of.
What kind of intensity would you prefer to exercise at? Low, moderate, or high?
Wouldn't be high, so low to moderate, and I mean, see how I go. From there, I don't think I'm going to start at moderate.
Yep, and we'll kind of work your way up, and that's what we do with everyone. Are there any fitness activities that you look at and you're like, nope, that is not my jam, not my thing? I know you mentioned swimming because of your shoulder.
Yep.
Any other ones?
I'm not particularly interested in becoming Arnie Schwarzenegger. Or going hell for leather on anything. I'm conservative in many ways. It's why I don't mind walking. I can walk for miles and miles, but running doesn't really.
Yep.
I know you're supposed to break into a sweat but yeah.
No, well, we can absolutely work with all of those. So we will get you to give us a letter from your physio and GP, just going through that you're good to exercise and any things that you should or shouldn't do, just to make sure that we are really making sure we're taking care of you and that you're getting the best possible results. But yeah, so Tuesday, and you said morning, does 9 a.m. suit you?
Yeah.
Yep, awesome. Well, we will see you at 9 a.m. on Tuesday. So.
Do you need the letters from the doctor and physio first?
Yes. So would it this Tuesday or next Tuesday?
Well,
that's a very good point. Sorry.
I'll be going to the physio this week, so I can ask them to get me a letter. I don't know whether they'll have a pre-prepared that they just sign.
Most of them do.
And then I'll make an appointment to see the doctor, and as soon as I've got them, I'll give you another call.
Awesome. That sounds perfect. Thank you. Lovely to meet you, Mr. Ross.
Thanks very much. Look forward to it.